Howdy ho, welcome back to another episode of Bemusing Bill. That's right, folks. We got more Beth Hart. Right here, the incredible, amazing Beth Hart. And this song is called Leave the Light On. This is a donation for Iris. Iris, thank you so much for all your support, for being an awesome person. We love you over here. So we're more than happy to do any song that you would like us to do. And we love Beth Hart. So can't wait to check this out. This is live at, how do you say that? Paradiso. And this is 2004. So this is the same exact show that I did her first video for. And fell in love with her. And I cannot wait for more from this. So let me pull up the screen right now. And of course, I'm going to leave the link for you over here. And that way you can go over there and do what I just did and give her the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see what she's got down in here. Now, this is not her channel, but I appreciate the channel that it's on. Let's see. So, May 7th, 2004. Filmed in Amsterdam. She's got some... This is links like for the video itself, which is very cool. Beth Hart on guitar, piano, vocals. John Nichols on guitar. Tom Lilly on bass and John Nyman on drums. They are incredible musicians from what I've seen so far. And yes, there's lyrics here. All right, so cool. You know how it goes around here, folks. We're going to check out the video, and then I'll do a deep dive on the lyrics. So let's do this. Let's have fun. So good thing a crowd right there. They're about to have fun, and so are we. Kids, buckle up. Let's do this.
You know, I've got 16 months and 1 day sobriety today.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the longest I've been clean since I was 11 years old.
Wow.
Seriously.
I believe it.
And you know what? I love it, man. It's really, really hard because I'm like a raw nerve. Someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, how you doing? And I start crying, you know, over everything. But they say it gets better after a while. But this next song I'm going to play, I'm telling you about this because I want you to know that it matters to me so much to really learn how to love. You know, like, I want to know how to love my husband with all my heart. I want to know how to respect people, respect myself, believe in myself, even when the voices inside my head are telling me that I'm shit. I want to learn, you know, and I think that I can if I stay clean and pray. Love God.
Yeah.
Love God.
That's nice.
I see myself with a dirty face. I cut my luck with a dirty ace. I leave the light on. I leave the light on. I went from 0 to -10. I drank your wine and I stole your man. I leave the light on. I leave that light on. You guys kick ass.
You kick ass. I know she started playing piano at 4 years old. I know that. So, you know, after I do an initial reaction, sometimes, especially after talking to people in the comment section, I like to do some research as much as I can and read up about the artist, especially when I'm really, really into that artist. So I do know a lot about her background. Not a tremendous amount, but a decent amount, I think. And also because you guys helped me out on that first one. I know she's a great piano player. Just haven't seen her do it yet.
You guys kick
She
ass.
sounds awesome. Wow, a real lighter at a concert. Nowadays, everyone holds up their phones.
Daddy ain't that bad, he just plays rough. I ain't that scarred when I'm covered up. I leave the light on. I leave that light on. Little girl hiding underneath the bed. Was it something I did? Must be something I said. I leave the light on. Better leave 17 and I'm all messed up inside. I cut myself just to feel alive. I leave the light on. Yeah, I leave the light on. 21 on the run, on the run, on the run from myself and everyone. I leave the light on. Better leave the light on. 'Cause I wanna love, I wanna live. I don't know much about it. I never did. I don't know what to do. Can the damage be undone? I swore to God I'd never be what I've become.
Wow. What a voice, first of all. Let me just point that out right off the bat. I love her really fast vibrato. It's really unique, and she has so much control of that. The breathiness, and then the power behind those longer notes as she ascends up the scale. Wow. Real, and you could feel the passion from her. That's what I got about her in that first video, is that you really feel what she's talking about here. She's saying a bunch of stuff here, and I'm catching lines, about daddy. What'd she say? Daddy plays. Daddy's okay, but he plays rough. Is that right? And something about hiding under the bed. Did I say something to do? I'll go into that a little bit more. Now, I did read that when she was a child, there was a violent armed robbery in her house that has traumatized her. So I can see that as being, I mean, my God, she and I are only a couple years apart. She's, I think, 52 now. So she's only a few years younger than me. We kind of grew up in that same environment, in a sense, opposite ends of the country for sure. I never went through anything like that. I'm sure that would be very traumatic. I don't get too much details about that event, but so it must be really hard. Suffice to say that it happened, and I'm sure she has issues with feeling safe. When someone enters your home and causes violence, who knows what she's seen as a child? I can only imagine. My heart breaks for her, because that's something that is really hard to let go of. That's usually those memories that stay with you from childhood are traumatic memories. And that's a heavy duty one right there. She's also said that her dad didn't really give her much time, spent more time with her sisters and brothers than her. So, that sort of sense of abandonment, like, hey, Dad, what about me? I get that. Now, my dad was far more, I guess, equal in his apathy toward his kids. So the three of us, he never cared about, or I don't even know about it, whether it's caring or not, but, never getting a happy birthday or I love you or Merry Christmas or anything, for my entire life. It's not just me and my brother, my sister, and my nieces, that his grandkids, that he, same thing, just had just apathetic. I don't know what it is. So I kind of get what she's saying there in that regard. I mean, that, think about how hard that is, that, you seen your dad with your siblings and all, and then to you, nothing. Oh my God, traumatic. That is definitely something that causes a lot of issues. So I at least I'm going in with that perspective here. But we'll do the lyrics so I can catch all of this better.
Lucky stars and fairy tales. I'm gonna bathe
Childhood.
myself in wishing well, and pretty skies from cigarettes I never will forget. I never will forget. I'm still afraid to be alone. Wish that the moon would follow me home. I leave the light on. I leave that light on. And don't you know that I ain't that bad, I'm just messed up. I ain't that sad, but I'm sad enough. And I wanna
Ooh. Oh. I'm not that sad, but I'm sad enough. Oh.
I'm just messed up. I ain't that sad, but I'm sad enough. And I wanna love. I wanna live. No, I don't know about you, baby. I never did. I don't know what to do. Can the damage be undone? I swore to God that I'd never be what I become. I leave that light, I leave that light, I leave that light on. God bless the child with the dirty face who cuts her luck with a dirty ace. She leaves the light on. I still leave that light. Oh no, no. Thank you.
Wow, so beautiful. What a beautiful song. I'm definitely choked up on that. The raw emotion that she could put through that. She's just so amazing. She's such an amazing artist. And what a amazing composition too. It's beautiful. It sounds it's sweet and serene, but yet such anguish and pain underneath it. Let's get into these lyrics, and I'm going to put the screen down so I can. I've seen myself with a dirty face. I've cut my luck with a dirty ace. And, you know, I mean, for those not in the know, that's a kind of a drug reference there, because people who do cocaine will cut their cocaine usually with a playing card or a razor blade. And she's talking about a cut my luck, a dirty ace. Also, an ace is usually always like, considered, your lucky ace, the ace up the sleeve, you know. So that's an interesting way to putting it about the cutting her luck with a dirty ace. Cutting, interesting. And I know that she's had substance addictions and has been clean now, you know. But I know that she has suffered. I don't know what she was doing, if it was just alcohol or whatnot. But it's an interesting little touch there. I leave the light on. I leave the light on. I went from 0 to -10. Going the wrong direction. I drank your wine, then I stole your man. I think that maybe more about like just the bad behavior. I didn't care about you. I wanted what I wanted, which was the wine, your man, and didn't matter to me. No cause and effect. I leave the light on. I leave that light on. Daddy ain't that bad. He just plays rough. I ain't that scared when I'm covered up. I don't think that there's been any physical abuse in her past. It sounds to me like, from what I've read about, some of the things that she said, that her father spent much more time and love and affection with her sisters and brother than her, which is abuse. It's neglect. It's mental abuse. I mean, my God, how that child must have felt. At least my father was, straight across the board. None of us got any affection or attention. So at least it was even, and all three of us were just like, we got each other. We got our mom, But that's got to be even harder to watch your sister's having fun with your dad and he doesn't give you any. That's just amazing. So, that really breaks my heart. I ain't that scared when I'm covered up. You notice this is all about her either hiding, or being out of the way, or she wants that light on because she doesn't want to be in darkness. There's definitely safety issues here. And I think that those are directly, at least from her perspective, directly because of that home robbery that she had to witness. The trauma from that, I can only imagine. I leave the light on. Yeah, I leave the light on. Little girl hiding underneath the bed. Was it something I did? Must be something I said. Now that's also interesting too. Hiding under the bed. That also can go back to the feeling of safety and hiding under the bed. Was it something she did? Was it something she said that could have simply to do with maybe the parents are fighting in their room or downstairs and she's kind of hiding because it's loud and thinking that maybe she's the cause of it? I don't know. I think Beth writes for this from her heart, from her soul and experience. So this is like, directly translating from her experience. Your experience and how this connects with you may be different. There could be a lot of different reasons. But, was it something I did? It must be something I said. That's a lot of kids feel that way when their parents are fighting, that it's somehow their fault. It could also be that she's hiding under the bed because, and wondering about those things because maybe dad's having a good time with her siblings and the fact that he's ignored her, maybe she's doesn't know why. I leave the light on. I better leave the light on. Goes into chorus number 1. Because I want to love and I want to live. Yeah, I don't know much about it. She says that in the beginning of the video when she's saying how she wants to love her husband more, Not having that in the home, I guess she feels that she'd like to be more. She didn't learn how to. Yeah, I don't know much about it, and I never did. No. 17, and I'm all messed up inside. I cut myself just to feel alive. That's self-mutilation. I heard her mention that also with the cigarette burns, which I guess we'll get to in a little bit. And unfortunately, that's been on the rise. I think the amount of bullying these days, it doesn't stop in the playground. It's right there on the computer. It's on their phones. It's in social media, which is everybody's life now. So it's rough. And from what I've read, a lot of kids are doing such things, and it's so heartbreaking. I cut myself just to feel alive, and I leave the light on, and I leave the light on. Now she jumps from 17 to 21. 21 on the run, on the run, on the run. From myself and everyone. Sometimes, running away from yourself is the same as like denial. It's blocking things out. It's not willing to accept the reality of the situation, not willing to accept the situation. You run away from what you are, what you've become, what you do or did. I think that's how she's interpreting that part. That's a big difference between 17 years old and 21 years old. For us, it's, 4 years is nothing. When you're in your 40s and your 50s, 4 years is nothing. It's just like 2 weeks ago. But 17 to 21, that's a major jump. That's high school to now you're able to legally do a lot of things. You're an adult now. You're expected to do things now. Very different. So that's interesting that she puts that there. I leave the light on. I better leave the light on. Chorus number 2. Because I want to love and I want to live. Yeah, I don't know much about it, and I never did. I don't know what to do. Can the damage be undone? I don't think it can ever be undone. I think it's a matter of acceptance and growth from it. Those scars probably never go away. Most of our traumas, those scars never really go away. It's how we cope with them as we go through life. And some don't cope very well. Some are in denial and hide it, but it's still there. But it's interesting that she says that, right? Can the damage be undone? I swore to God that I'd never be what I've become. And that would probably be at that moment in her time. I think that she's become much more. She's been sober at that point, over 16 months. So, she's becoming more of what she wanted to be. But at the time, she had sworn that she would never be this way, and she's becoming that way. And lucky stars and fairy tales. Again, back to luck. It's also got that childhood sort of vibe to it. Lucky stars, you wishing upon a lucky star. Fairy tales, the Prince Charming thing. Happily ever after, that kind of stuff. I'm going to bathe myself it says ocean well here, but I heard her say wishing well. I'm going to bathe myself in a wishing well. Two things about that. You notice that she mentions dirty a bunch of times. Dirty face, dirty ace. Now she's talking about bathing herself. And not just bathing herself like in a bathtub, in a shower, but in a wishing well. Again, lucky stars, what do? You wish upon a lucky star. A wishing well, you toss a penny in and make wishes. And she's saying, I want to bathe myself in a wishing well. Like, I've got so many wishes, I'm just going to throw myself in. Pretty scars from cigarettes. Ugh. I know that, I know she's a heavy smoker, or was a heavy smoker, and that she's trying to quit. I don't know if she's been successful. I hope so. But I read that her husband actually makes these little bamboo sticks for her, even bakes them in the oven and everything, so that way she's got something to hold to get her through that feeling. My wife is the same way. I used to cut her straws, cut a straw down so she can at least hold the straw, try to get her to cut back. That's awesome that he does that for her. That's love. That's love right there. I never will forget. I never will forget. No, she never will forget. And usually we don't. That trauma never really leaves us. PTSD. I mean, look what poor veterans are going through. People who live in war zones and whatnot. And her as a child living through a violent home invasion. I mean, those scars never go away. And no, you never forget. I'm still afraid to be alone. Wish that the moon would follow me home. A full moon, it's bright. It's like having a light on. And at least just to have someone there all the time, the moon. I leave the light on. Yeah, I leave the light on. Then she sings, I ain't that bad. I'm just messed up. Right. She's not trying to be bad. It's just that there's things inside of her that are screwed up. I ain't that sad, but I'm sad enough. You don't have to be overly depressive, to be sad. And yeah, I'm not that sad, but I am sad, Because I want to love, I want to live. No, I don't know much about it, and I never did. I don't know what to do. Can the damage be undone? I swore to God that I'd never be what I've become. I leave the light on. I leave that light on. I leave that light on. And she finishes with, God bless the child with the dirty face, who cuts her luck with a dirty ace. She leaves the light on. I leave that light on. So at that, in the coda there in the ending, God bless the child with the dirty face. She could be referring now to the child today, right now. Not her, but that child today that is also going through that stuff. And she's sends her blessings to those who are the way she was when she was a child. And she says how she leaves that light on, and that she still leaves her light on. Very, very deep song. Very, 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 very touching. And it's got a lot of impact to it. She's an amazing writer, and she's gone through a lot. So, you write what you know. And she writes right from the heart. And she's an amazing writer. I love that she does these covers, but I really like stuff like this even more so, because it really shows her creativity. And man, she's a fantastic piano player as well. So I hope you guys like this. I hope you took something from this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, please. I'm here for you guys. Listen, I even have my email down below. If you want to talk in private, send me a message. That's cool. Cool with me. I'm here for everybody. So I'm your Uncle Bill. What do that's what family's for. So Iris, thank you again very much. Love you so much. You floor me. I know that you love this artist. You brought me so many great artists. You really have. I appreciate you for everything that you do to support this channel. You're a wonderful, wonderful person. Bless you. Listen, everyone, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.